Hey, welcome, fellas. Tony Porter, Universal Baseball Association YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing well. We have a 1959 game. I chose it because of the pitching matchup. It's Warren Spahn, left-hander, versus Sandy Koufax, the left-hander. And this is two arch rivals of the time period, Milwaukee and Los Angeles, the Braves and the Dodgers. The Braves are 30 and 30, while the Dodgers are, I think, hold on. The Dodgers are 33 and 30. So they are very, very close in the standings. And let's play ball. The lineup for the Braves is going to be Casey Wise, the second baseman, Eddie Matthews at third base, Hank Aaron, the right fielder, Stan Lopata at catcher, Frank Torrey, the first baseman, Andy Kafko, the center fielder, Mel Roach, the left fielder, Johnny Logan, the shortstop, and Warren Spahn, the pitcher. For the Dodgers, it's Gilliam, Charlie Neal, the second baseman, Gilliam, the third baseman, center fielder, Don Demeter. Cleanup is Gil Hodges, the first baseman, Furillo's in right field, Frank Howard in left field, Don Zimmer, the shortstop, Joe Pignatano, the catcher, and Sandy Koufax will be batting as well behind the plate. Let's roll some dice. Here is Koufax against Weiss. So Weiss is batting from the right side against the lefty. It's a 5 and a 4, and that'll be a catcher result. The catcher, Pignatano, I don't know his rating. It is a 3E2. And a 6 on the E2 will be a pop-up right in front of home plate, and that is one way, just like that. Next up, it is Eddie Matthews. Koufax gets the sign, winds and deals. Column 4. He's a lefty. A 4 and a 4 is again an X result. Hold on one second. That's my AC, comes on really loudly. All right, so I rolled a 17, and it's going to be a ground out to the third baseman, Gilliam, who handles it easily over to first. Here's Hank Aaron. Koufax facing probably one of the premier hitters of the time period, of the 20-year time period, until he retired with the Mets in 73. It's a 4. He's a righty. A 4 and an 11 is going to be a third consecutive X result. This time it's the first baseman, Gil Hodges. Let me see if I wrote it down somewhere in the prior games. I do write them down sometimes. Let's see, right in here. I did not write Gil Hodges down, so let's look at what he is right here. He is a 1E13, so he is a premier first baseman. So 1E13, so let's roll that D20, and an 18 will be a ground ball that Gil Hodges handles easily to retire the side. So it's 3 up and 3 down. All right, so we go to the bottom of the first, and let me adjust a couple of things here. There we go. Now you're not going to be able to see me scorekeeping. Just going to give you a heads up on that. I'm trying to get the cards, primarily the cards, and of course the dice rolls right now. And let's make those 3 quick outs. I'm using Replay Baseball, highly recommended. Okay, just like that. Gilliam against Warren Spahn. He's the ace of the Braves. That's going to be a 6 and a 6. Gilliam is going to be bat from the right side. So 6-6 is a pop-up, middle infield, shortstop, Johnny Logan. Thank goodness he's back. I was really struggling without him. Holy smokes, he's probably my second best fielder. All right, next up is Charlie Neal with a 2 and a 5, and that's going to be a 1-9 single. Otherwise, it's a line out to third, And it's ripped down the line, and oh, Matthews comes up with it. Oh, 5. All right. And next up, batting third, is Demeter. Don Demeter. And a 5 and a 7. He's a righty again, so it's going to be a 5 and a 7. It's a high fly, center field. Right there is Pafko. And 3 up, 3 down. So quickly, 6. All right, so inputting into replay super fast. So top of the second, no score. Here's Lopata, and it's a 2 and a 9, and that'll be a swing and a miss. He chases the curveball, goes down on strikes. Way out in front of that, the Uncle Charlie by Sandy Koufax is practically unhittable. And he starts coming into his own based on his strikeouts. His ERA is a little bit high. And it's here is Frank Torrey, a 1 and an 8, and that is popped up middle infield, second baseman. Charlie Neal makes the catch, 2-way. And here comes Andy Pafko, the center fielder. And it's a 3-9er. And that'll be a chopper to the third baseman. Gilliam handles it over to first, and that retires the side. 3 up and 3 down. All right, for the Dodgers in the bottom of the second, it will be Gil Hodges. And that's a 2 and a 5, and that is a swing and a miss. The heater blows it past Gil Hodges for the first strikeout for Warren Spahn. Next up, Carl Furillo, the pitch, and it's a 5 this time. He is a righty, a 5 and a 9, and that'll be a swing and a miss, and then back-to-back Ks. And here's Frank Howard. Frank Howard has a pitcher batting card. He didn't have many at-bats. I created a whole card for him. That's a 5, so that'll be, he is a righty, so it's a 5 and a 10, and that'll be a catcher X chart. Our catcher's a 1 up there, I'm pretty sure, 1 or a 2, but that's a 13, and the 13 will be a pop-up to end the inning. In fair territory. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. All right, Andy Pafko made the last out. So it's going to be Mel Roach, who also, he has a nameless player card. Sometimes I align them with as a nameless player. I just get lazy and just do the pitcher batting card. All right, it's a 2 and a 6. I am using actual lineups for this game. Happened June 17th, 1959. That's a 2 and a 6, and that'll be a 1 to 14 single. Oh no, that's an 8. It's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Koufax. Again, that big curveball is unhittable. And Johnny Logan with a 1 out, nobody on. A 5 and a 7, and that'll be a X to the second baseman. Second baseman is a 2. That'll I don't know what Neil. Where is Neil? Hold on a second. He's a 1E10, another 1. So that's an 11. That will be a roll the doubles, a 7. And what did I say he was? He was an E10. And that is a ground out that he handles. Feels it cleanly over to first, and that 2-away. So Neil, hard to get him to commit an error. Top second baseman in the league, I guess, from his number. It's a 4 here for Don Zimmer, and an 8, and that'll be line base hit to left. So a single by, oh wait, I'm looking at, hold on. It's Warren Spahn at the plate. So I got 4 and an 8, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And I don't know why I thought Don Zimmer was up. Don Zimmer's up now, right? Against Warren Spahn. And here's the pitch, and it's a 1 and a 3, and that's chopped to the third baseman for the first out. Pignatano. It's a 5. He's a righty, so it's a 5 and an 8. Now it'll be a pop-up shortstop in the outfield grass. Calls for it, makes the catch, 2-away. And here's the pitcher. Pitcher card, Koufax is bats from the right side. He's a 1. That's a 3 and a 9, and that'll be a ground out. Pull down, well, actually goes the opposite. He's a righty, pulls it to the third baseman. And Matthews throws a strike over to Frank Torrey. No runs, no hits, 3 up and 3 down. So let's knock off the bottom of the second. KK and P2, and then the top of the third. And now we're going to do all right, we go top of the fourth. Who's leading off? It is the top of the order for the Braves. Casey Wise is batting 161. That's what he batted in reality. He batted very poorly. All right, it's a 1 and a 12, and that's a drive down the line. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Digging for second is Wise. Here's the throw, ahead of the throw with a double. Leadoff double for Casey Wise off of Sandy Koufax. All right, the first time we get to use our, that's the first hit of the game. And here's Eddie Matthews with a 6 and an 11, and that is bounced to short. He will, runner will hold on this one. So that's 1 out, 1 away. Next is Hank Aaron. I'm sorry, Eddie Matthews is next. No, Eddie Matthews made the out. All right, did I just not do that? Okay, hold on a second. I didn't do the double for Wise. That's why. All right. All right, here is Hank Aaron. Oh, we forgot to roll our D20. 2-7. And that's a fly ball, high fly left field. Under it is Zimmer. He's in Howard. Zimmer went back, but it was Howard. And here's Stan Lopeta with a 5. That's nothing. And it's a 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4 will be a ground ball to the shortstop to end the inning. All right, so no runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. And Gilliam, top of the order. Top of the order. And it's a 2 and a 6, and that'll be line base hit to left. And Gilliam will try to steal. That's a 6. He's 2 to 5 and 11, so he can go on a 12 minus 6, so he's not going to steal. Charlie Neal is up. Charlie Neal will square to bunt, and that's going to be a good bunt to the third baseman. And here's Dom Demeter. Let's also roll that twice for the 2. Here's Don Demeter with a runner at second base. That's going to be hold on. Don Demeter, runner at second. 6 and 11. I'm not sure if I roll these. I'm going to re-roll it. Okay, let's re-roll this one as well. There. All right, so 1 and a 5. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. That is strikeout number 3 so far. So 2 away. And next is Gil Hodges. Let's write that, roll that D20, nothing there. It's a 6, and it's a 6-9. Column 6-9. Single base hit, and around to score is Gilliam. So it's a huge 2-out single that brings home the first run of the game here for Gil Hodges, a clutch performer. Now up is Carl Furillo. The pitch from Spahn is a 6 and a 7, and that's a base hit single, sending the runner to third. And it says it's an injury, but I really don't know how to play injuries. I usually just make it the guy who's batting. So Furillo singles, and let me look and see if I can replace Furillo. That's how I play it because I don't know any better, so I just play it that way. All right, some runners will get, I don't know if, let me pinch run for him. We'll pinch run with, I think, Fairley. Fairley can then play outfield. All right, here's Frank Howard next. And it's a 2 and a 2, and that's popped up right side, first baseman. And he makes the catch for the third out, so 1 run on 3 hits. And we move to the top of the 5th, so this game is really flying. Now, if I have people around me, so I can't really scream. But if you are hearing this and listening, turn up the volume if it's a little bit low. Frank Torrey's up. He's a left-hander. It's a 2 and a 9, and that's going to be a line out, ripped and caught. Goes the opposite way for a line out to the third baseman Gilliam. 1 away here in the top of the 5th, and up comes Andy Pafko with a 1 and a 9, and that's going to be a home run 1 to 10. So he drives one deep to left. Backing up to the track is Frank Howard, and that ball is off the wall. And digging around second, digging for third, it rolls away from Howard, and he's in there with a triple. So Pafko picks up a triple. And that puts a runner in, 90 feet away for Mel Roach. She's also we're going to get the possibility of a wild pitch. No. Here's Mel Roach, the hitter. And it's a 6. He is a righty. It's a 6 and an 8, and that's a strikeout. Blows a fastball by him. Number 4. I didn't do a triple. Hold on a second. I got 1 out. I got Pafko, who triples. And then I got a K. And here's Johnny Logan. Johnny Logan, during his absence, he's missed about 2 weeks of games. I think I lost every single game without him. I only started to win again when he got back. That's how important he is to this team. it's a 6-12. He is a righty, so a 6-12 is going to be a 1-5 single. Otherwise, it's a line out to third, and it's ripped but caught by the third baseman to end the inning. No runs. A hit, one man left, and we move to the bottom of the fifth. Yep, Johnny Logan. He's a two-fielder, but he also can hit. So those two factors combined made a huge difference. Don Zimmer leads off the bottom of the fifth. And it's a 2-3, and that's popped up to middle infield. Shortstop backing up onto the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. Next is Pig Natano. And Warren winds and deals. It's a 3-5, and that's going to be a bouncer to the shortstop, who fields it cleanly over to first in time. And the pitcher card is up. He's a righty. That's a 1 and a 6, and that'll be a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. That's number 4. All right, we're starting in the top. No runs, no hits. We're starting in the top of the 6th with the pitcher leading off. It's a 5 and a 9. He is a lefty. A 5 and an 11, and that is the pitcher card with an X, and that's a good play by the pitcher. Koufax, one away. So it's a comebacker, and it's scooped up and thrown over to first. Next up is Casey Wise. It's a 3 and a 10, and that'll be a line out, but with a 1, it's a base hit because it's off the ballpark card. Nope, it's ripped. He's batting righty, so it's L6. So that's 2 down. Next up is Eddie Matthews with a 2 and a 7. And that's 1 to 15 single. Line base hit, just made it. So 2 away with a runner on first. We'll roll to see if there's a wild pitcher pass ball. No, here's Hank Aaron, pitch. It's a 6 and 11. And that'll be a high fly to right. The right fielder is what? What did I say he was? Oh, Carl Furillo. Furillo is a 4-8, looks like 18 or 16. No, 16. 4-16. So not a good outfielder. So what do we roll? A 16? And he is a 4. So that'll be a 16 will be a fly out to end the inning. All right, so no runs, a hit, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 6th. Okay, we're in the bottom of the 6th, and it's I'm sorry, I have the 5th. I didn't finish inputting the other inning. Give me a second. All right, so it was the bottom. Yeah, it was. Okay, let me just do that quickly. It's real fast. So Zimmer. That's not writing anything. Don't know why. Let me see. Let me just do it this other way. Hold on a second. That's 2 down, and then a strikeout. And then at the top of the 6th, it was ground out. Looks like a line out. A single by Matthews and a fly out. All right. All right, bottom of the 6th. Let's do it. Gilliam, pitch from Warren Spahn. It's a 6, and he's a switch hitter, so he's batting righty, a 6 and a 10, and that's a ground ball third baseman. He's a 2, and that'll be a play that he makes. So it's a G5, 1 away. Okay, now it works. That's weird. Okay, so one down there. Next up is Charlie Neal. Neal today's 0 for 2. Line out in a sacrifice. Actually 0 for 1. Line out in a sacrifice. He's a righty. It's a 5, a 10. So it's a catcher X. My catcher is, I think it's a 1. Pretty sure he's a 1. That's an 8 on the catcher card. And that'll be a ball that he does field. So a little nubber in front of the platey. Oh no, it's Lopata. A Lopada. Let's see. He's a 4. So that's a whole different story. Yeah, that's a pop-up. All right, that's 2 away. And now it's Don Demeter. Demeter today's 0 for 2. He's got fly out and strikeout. And a 2 and an 8 against a lefty. And that is a bouncer to third. Picked up by Matthews. Over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. 3 up and 3 down. So that was a 2, and then of course. All right, let's go to the top of the 7th. We need a right fielder. We're gonna play. We're gonna put Fairley out there. I should have did that. I should have done that before, but it didn't matter. We knew he was in there because he. Oh, actually, Carl Furlow batted and got a single. Oh, I'm not sure what I did, but he was injured. Yeah, he was injured on that single. Okay, so now he hasn't batted again, so he's out. He's complaining to me, and I don't want to hear it, so I just pulled him. All right, top of the 7th. Here's Stan Lopata with a 4-5, and that will be on the pitcher card. He's a righty, and that's a strikeout. Second strikeout of the day for him. 5th strikeout for Koufax, who struck out more than innings pitched. Frank Torrey with a 1 and a 7, and that's a bouncer to second base. Neal over to first, 2 down. And here is Andy Pafko with a 3 and a 9, and that's going to be it's a home run, 1 to 10 home run, and then a triple. He has a chance for a second triple of the game. And it's an 11, and that's a second triple. That's a deep drive in the gap that splits the outfielders, rolls away from the center fielder, and around second, going for third is Pafko, and that is a triple. So he stands at third base with a tying run, and up is Mel Roach. Going to throw that D20, nothing there. All right, here goes. 2 and an 11, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Koufax reaches back for a little extra and strikes out Pafko with strikes out Roach. I didn't give him his triple. His second triple of the game. Strikes out Roach for the 6th strikeout to end the inning. So no runs, a hit, 1 left. And we move to. So I got to back up because I made Torrey. I didn't give him his out. Let me give him his out. Triple and then okay. There we go. All right, bottom of the 7th. Hodges for not Furillo, but now it's going to be Fairley. Ron Fairley's going to replace him. He's been complaining since being hurt when he hit that single. So there will be Hodges and Fairley. Let's do it. Warren Spahn dealing a 4 against a righty. A 4 and an 11 is a single. Oh, but that's a ballpark single. Has to be a 1 here, and it is not. So that's lined to the shortstop. 1 away. Yeah, don't get many singles here. It's more of a home run hitting park, believe it or not. Righties especially, 1 to 18. Here's Furillo. I'm sorry, Furillo is out. It's Fairley. I didn't write it in. So Hodges lined out, and then Fairley's up. All right. And it's a 5 and a 7. He's a lefty. A 5 and a 7 is a fly ball, right field. And Aaron towards the line makes the catch, 2-way. Here's Frank Howard. And a 2 and a 10 will be a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. That is strikeout number 5 for Spahn. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. All right, here comes Logan, Spahn, and Wise. Let's do it. It's a 6 and a 3, and that'll be a ballpark home run, a righty, 1-18, and this game is tied. So Logan gets a hold of one, drives it deep to left center field. Howard and Demeter on the run towards the track, and that ball's gone. Game is tied. This guy's been the difference. Since he's come back, I can notice a big difference in just the whole team. The offense, the defense, everything. So next up is Warren Spahn. So a big home run by the recently returned Johnny Logan, who was injured for about 2 to 3 weeks, and that's when I had that big losing streak. And this is a 6 and a 5 against the lefty, and that's going to be a strikeout. Number 7 for Koufax. So it's a 1-1 tie here in the 8th inning. Big home run by Johnny Logan. Gets a big welcome by his teammates in the dugout. Casey Wise, a 1 and a 4, and that is a strikeout. Number 8 for Koufax. That's 2-way. So home run for Logan, and that is his 3rd of the year. And then back-to-back Ks. And here it is Matthews. Matthews got good power. A 2 and a 12, and that's going to be a hit by pitch. So a 2 and a 12 is a hit by pitch plus injury. So hit by pitch plus injury. So I'm going to take out Matthews as well, and the third, it'll be Mantilla who will play third. I guess he'll pinch run, and then now Koufax is red on my screen, but I really don't care what my screen says, because Koufax here can go 7. That means he can go 9 in Strat-O-Matic, and I like my pitchers to go deeper. So I'm going to go with Aaron. It's going to go Koufax Aaron here. Roll that D20, 19, and it's a 1 and a 12. And that is going to be a possible hit on the single ballpark chart. It needs a 1, no 1, line out to the shortstop, and that will end the inning. But one big run on one big hit, that home run by Johnny Logan, his 3rd of the season, has tied the game at 1 apiece. So here's the bottom of the 8th. Let's put Mantilla at 3rd on the screen. There he is. All right. We're going to take him. We're going to take Eddie Matthews for some X-rays, and hopefully it's nothing. And here's Don Zimmer against Warren Spahn. It's a 6 and a 9 against the righty, so that'll be a ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. So Don Zimmer on with a single. Pignatano. We will bunt, and that's a good bunt. Moving the runner into scoring position, and now we're going to have to call on a pinch hitter. And against the lefty, let's see. So let's do everything we have to do here. SH, doesn't matter to me who feels it. All right. Koufax is up. We're going to call on a pinch hitter for Koufax here. And it's going to be, I got a guy named Repugnant Rapulski. He's a right-handed hitter. His name is Rip Rapolsky. All right, so he will hit. Bottom of the 8th. Here it is. Here's his card. He's batting for the pitcher, Koufax. Gonna roll that D20. Nothing there, and here it is. It's a 5, so that's off the pitcher. He's a righty. It's a 5 and a 9, and that's a swing and a miss. He strikes out. Big K, number 6. 2 down now. Top of the order. Gilliam. Roll that D20 again. Nothing there. Here's the pitch. It's a 1 and a 6, and that's going to be a check swing. They check with the first base umpire, and he rings him up. And Gilliam does not like it, but it's strikeout number 7 for Warren Spahn. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And we go to the top of the 9th. We're going to need a new pitcher for the... It's going to be... nope, we're going to go with... Oh, he's pitching the next game. This is the first game of the doubleheader, by the way. So we're going to call on a guy named Clem Labine or Labine. I'm not sure how they pronounce his name. Probably Labine. But you older guys would know. So they usually tell me in the. So what I do now is I write the name of the pitcher on top of the box. These are nice big boxes. These are score sheets from Digital Diamond, and I really like them because they have nice big boxes for me to write in. So I have a lot of space when I want to write a lot of stuff in there. See that? Gives me a lot of space to write, and I really like that. I don't have great eyesight, so I don't want to write. I think it's Labine, right? Anyway, we're not going to obsess. Here's Lopata, and let's do it with a 2 and a 3. And he's a righty now, so we have to change, and that's a bouncer to the third baseman, Gilliam. Backhands it over to first in time. Long throw, but he's got the arm to do it. Here is Joe Torre with a 2 and an 11, and that'll be a bouncer up the middle, and the second baseman, Neal, plants and over to first for the second out. 2 down. So let's do 3, and now it is Andy Pafko. A 2 and a 5, and that's base on balls, so it's a walk. Okay, so 1 on, 1 out, 2 out. Here's a D20, nothing there. Mel Roach, the pitch. So 1 and a 7, and that'll be a swing and a miss. He strikes out for the first strikeout for the reliever, and no runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the 9th, last licks. Last licks, no, it's a tie game, excuse me, forgive me, no last licks. It's a tie game. For some reason, I thought my boys were winning. All right, here is Neal. We're pushing Spahn. It's a 3 and a 9 against a lefty, and that'll be a ball that's pulled to the third baseman, Mantilla. 1 down. Next up is Demeter. A 2 and an 8 against a lefty, and that is bounced again in the hole, but the Mantilla, moving to his left, picks it up, fires the first on the run, back to back. Nice plays by Mantilla, who is not a good infielder at all. Not a good hitter either. I don't even know what he's doing in the major leagues. Here's Gilliam with a 2 and a 9, and that'll be a high fly, center field. On the run is Pafko, and Pafko comes up with it. What a catch by Andy Pafko. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits. So Spahn is dealing. Hodges flies out to deep left center field. All right, here's Johnny Logan, who tied the game in the top of the 8th with a solo home run, his 3rd of the season. He is up again, this time to face Clem Labine. Here's the pitch, It's a 1 and a 6. He's a righty. So a 1 and a 6, and that'll be a line drive base hit. So 2 for 4 today for Logan. All right. And we're going to bunt with Spahn and a 9. Spahn is a D. He's a C, but then he becomes a D. So let me look for that, our D9, and that is going to be a batter is safe, lead runner's thrown out by the catcher. So it's a 2-6, fielder's choice. And Spahn is a runner now. I want to keep him in there. Casey Wise. So it's a 2, oh wait, I got a GF26. Now it's Casey Wise, the top of the order. Now let's roll that D20, nothing there, and here it is, it's a 5. He is batting from the left side, so it's a 5 and a 7, and that's a high fly right field. Over there is Fairley now, taking over for Furlow, who was hurt, got 2 injuries in this game. And now with 2 out and 1 on, it is Mantilla, who can hit the water if pushed out of a lifeboat. Let's see. Felix Mantilla. What's he batting? He's played a lot. Casey Wise flies out to right. And now Mantilla's batting 180. Yeah. Nothing there. So here's the pitch. It's a 4. He's a righty, a 4 and a 3, and that's a high fly left field. Left fielder, we didn't say Howard. Howard is a 4. And I didn't see if let me check and see if he has any, oh no, he has no errors. So he will, it could be a single though. Let me see, a 4, gotta roll. An 18, he should catch that. And no, it's a base hit, drops in front of him. And runner will advance 2 bases, going to third. So first and third now for the big hitter, the Hammer and Hank, who we are going to walk intentionally. There's no way we are going to face Hammer and Hank. So that's going to be a single plus for the lucky Mantilla, who gets just really lucky. And then it's going to be Aaron, and we are going to walk Aaron intentionally to load the bases. And then now we're going to call on a guy named Wes Covington. Wes Covington will pinch hit. And let's grab him. Wes Covington will pinch hit, and we're going to have to go to the bullpen as well because Labine, I believe, is tired at this point. All right, I'm calling on a guy named Art Fowler. I remember him as, I think, one of the Yankee pitching coaches, if my memory serves me correctly. Here's, so we got a pinch hitter. It's going to be Wes Covington. Actually, we can call him back and call on Joe Adcock, who's got a ton of power. Or we can even call on Del Crandall, who is also, probably my best hitter is Joe Adcock, with an actual batting average of 292 here. Bruton is good as well, but I really like Covington. He has some power, but Adcock has a lot of power. And let me see, hold on. What do I got? The bases loaded. I just need a hit right here, so I'm going to stick with Wes Covington. And I couldn't find a lefty. Well, the one lefty that I could bring in is going to start next game, so I don't know if that's realistic. I sometimes, I'll do things just because I say, hey, I've seen it done before, where they've, like even in I think Yoshi, right? Yoshi in last year's 2025 World Series, he pitched a complete game, and didn't he come in the following day? That was pretty crazy. So anyway, all right. So, but this isn't the World Series, right? So here's Covington. He's facing a guy named Art Fowler. We're going to roll to see if there's a wild pitch. I like to get one of those. I don't. And here's the pitch. This is huge here for the Braves. Tied up here in the top of the 10th. 10th already? No. Yeah. Oh, crap. Wow. I got to the 10th quickly. Okay. And that is a 6 and a 9. So that will be off the pitcher. He's a lefty. So a 6 and a 9 is going to be a check swing. And they check with the third base umpire. And he brings them up. And that, my friends, ends the inning. Unfortunately, the Braves leave the bases loaded. All right, so Fowler strikes out Covington and in to catch. Let's see. Who are we going to have? Who are we going to call to catch? We got a guy named Rice, and we're going to call on him. We're going to let Crandall rest till next game. All right, so Ron Fairley's going to lead off. Warren Spahn's still in the game. He still is okay. So he will be facing Ron Fairley, lefty on lefty. Here it is, and that is a 4 and 11, and that is on a 1. It's a single. It's a ballpark single, and it's line drive caught by the second baseman, Casey Wise. Goes up and brings it back down. L4. 1 down. Next up is Frank Howard with a 2 and an 11. And that'll be a fly ball center field. Racing in is Pafko, and a nice basket catch by Andy Pafko for the second out. And that brings up Don Zimmer. A 2 and a 4. And that is against a lefty will be again a ballpark 1. Nope, we don't get it. So that's line and caught by the shortstop this time. So 3 up and 3 down. So 3 up and 3 down. Howard flies out, and then line out for Zimmer to end the inning. So Fowler against Torrey, Frank Torrey. And let's do this. It's a 1 and a 9, and that'll be bounced to the first baseman, Hodges, who takes it himself. G3, 1 down. 1-1 in the top of the 11th. 4-11. So that's the pitcher against a righty, and that'll be it's a possible home run. An N. Pafko is a W against righties. A W against righties. So that killed me there. But he could still get a single out of it. And he does. Base hit single for Pafko. 1 out single. Does he steal? He does not steal. But he is on at first. And up comes Mel Roach, who will bunt. That's a good bunt. A 7. He is a bunter of a D. So it's SH3. And here is, so far, the star of this game, Johnny Logan. And with a runner at second base, thanks to the sacrifice. Johnny Logan against Art Fowler. Now I could walk him and get Spahn out of the game. Should I do that? Because the Dodgers, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to intentionally walk Logan because he's got 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats. And I hate to not have him bat, but hey, it is what it is. And now we're going to call on a pinch hitter here. We're going to call on Adcock. He's not a lefty, but he hits. He hits. And he's like a clutch guy. Every time I look, he hits a home run. But I could call on Bill Bruton, who is a lefty, and he would have the lefty-righty advantage. He's got a lot of singles against righties. So I'm gonna call. I'm gonna change my mind on this and just bring in Bruton, because I just want to hit here. So let's see if there's a wild pitch. Here it is, Art Fowler versus going to be Bill Bruton. And it's a 4 and an 8, and that's base hit center field, but we're going to have a play at the plate. Demeter, hold on a second. Let me take care of some business here. All right, so we're going to have, I just looked at myself. I look like Colonel Sanders. Okay, so I'm going to have a play at the plate. And it's Demeter's a -2, and Pafko, I wish I would have pinch run for him, is an 11. So that's going to be a 9, and that's the most I know how to do in this game. I don't go any farther. I don't subtract. Is he being held, or I just don't know the game that well to do all that. Is he being held, or are there 2 outs? Does he get a plus for 2 outs? All those factors, right? So and I'll just like consider those. I'll consider those a wash. Here, he wants his toy. Here you go, bud. All right, so let's do it. Anything less than a 9 or less, and he scores from second base. It's Pafko coming around third. Here's the throw to the plate by the center fielder Don Demeter, and he is safe at the plate. Fantastic. And if it's a 3 or less, I usually give him advance. Everybody advances on the throw, including the base hit single, pinch hit base hit single by Bill Bruton, and he will get extra base. Everybody advances. That's an Napa thing, and also a long ball thing. They do that a lot. Some games don't do it as much. I do it when it's when there's a play at the plate and it's a 3 or less. I'll give them all the extra base. All right, so it's going to be second and third, and up comes Casey Wise. And here it is, the pitch from Art Fowler. It's a 5 and an 8. He's batting from the left side, and an 8 is going to be a high fly, right field. Hold on a second. Let me see who's out there. Right fielder, Ron Fairley under it. But let's do this other thing with, so base hit by Bruton. He scores. He goes to third. He goes to second. And now it's a high fly to right to end the inning. So it's a 2-1 score right now. And they're going to call on Don McMahon. Man, he's blown a lot of saves for me this year. But I keep going back to him because he is my ace. He was an outstanding pitcher that season. But he just has the worst luck ever. And if you've been watching and following, you know that's the truth. It's like the oddest things happen to him. And he ends up having to walk somebody on purpose. In other words, an intentional walk and loading the bases, and somebody comes up and hits a triple. And some crazy stuff. Like it's hard to explain, but all right. So we're going to have some pinch hitters here. There's a righty now. Pignatano's up, so we're going to call on a guy named Duke. Well, let's get Moon. Moon can hit a ton. So let's get Moon. Okay, hold on a second. All right, we got a guy named Wally Moon. Not a hard name to forget. Wally Moon. I picture him as being a black guy, but I could be wrong. He could be a white guy. Who knows? Doesn't matter to me. Just saying. All right, so here goes. Here is the pitch. I want to get rid of that one. I'm going to use a green one. Actually, I use the white one. That's what I mean. Here goes. Wally Moon. Don McMahon to Wally Moon. Let's see if he can pick up the save here. So it's a 6. He's a lefty. It's a 6 and a 9, and that's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. He's a 2, and he. Oh, wait a second. Oh my goodness, that's going to be. See that's Don McMahon, and that's right through and knocked down by the shortstop. But Moon is going to pick up a single, just like that. Those are the things that happen to Don McMahon. All right, so it's a single. He's on at first. That's the tying run. So we are going to pinch hit. I'm sorry, we're going to pinch hit to bunt. We do have Fowler who can bunt. I don't know if I have a better bunter. He's a C bunter. I don't know that we have a better bunter. Maury Wills is a probably, yeah, Maury Wills, God, yeah, he's a B bunter. Okay, so we're going to pinch hit with Wills. Pinch hit. And he's going to bunt, so he's going to lose one. He'll be down to a C. So it's a single for Moon. And now it is Wills. Sorry about that. All right, we're back. Okay, so we're going to bunt with Wills. Wills is bunting. He's one of my better bunters, even though he gets... I'm going to play the infield in, obviously, for Wills. And he's going to bunt regardless, so here it is. And hell with Snake Eyes, he's going to beat it out, and that's going to be a single. So a little nubber between the pitcher and the first baseman, and nobody's going to get Wills. That's a bunt single, so it's first and second now. First and second. This is McMahon. This is what he goes through. This is the exact thing that I'm talking to you about. All right, so back-to-back singles. One is an X-Chart single. The other one is a bunt single. And here's Gilliam. Let's look at Gilliam. Where's Gilliam? All right. Gilliam is a good bunter, so we're not going to play the infield in for him because he could hit. But he is going to bunt. And that's a 5. It should be a good bunt. I don't have this memorized. I know a lot of you guys do. Batter thrown out by pitcher. So yeah, it's a SH1. I play it. I write it that way. So it's a... And that puts runners on second and third with one out. Here's a pretty good hitter, Neil. Neil is a 290 hitter, 287. So I'm going to walk him. I got to have the infield in anyway. So I'm going to walk him with the infield in. Oh, we didn't roll this a couple times, I think, for bunts. Okay, so let's do this again for the next batter. And here goes. Don Demeter is going to swing away with the bases loaded. And the winning run is second base, the tying run at third base, one out. Don McMahon, the most hard luck pitcher I've ever had. Don Demeter against Don McMahon. Here he goes. And that's a 2. So it's off Demeter's card against a righty, a 2 and an 8. And that's a fly ball, left field B. So Roach is in the outfield. And does he have any assists? Hold on a second. Can't get this to, it's not, all right, now I got it back to responding. Okay, so Mel Roach has 2 assists in 2 games, so I'm going to give him a -4. So he's going to get a -4. Who's at third base? It is, who's at third base? It is Moon, Wally Moon. Let's see Wally Moon's ability here. Wally Moon's running ability, is a 15. So -4, it's an 11. I'm going to try to score. If it doesn't score, it's the end of the game. So it's a 15 -4, it's an 11. Here goes. And the game is tied. And runners will advance. So scoring is Moon. Game is tied at 2. And going to third is Wills, and going to second is Neil on the throw, because I was 3 or less. All right, so holy smokes. So 2 outs, 2 on, second and third, and some issues here. It's slowed down for some reason. I swear to God, I'm looking at myself, and that is Colonel Sanders. I've turned into Colonel Sanders. What the hell? Come try my fried chicken. Okay, no, that's Kurt Berglund now. All right. So now it's Don Demeter, and we're gonna pitch to Don Demeter. Oh no, that was the sacrifice fly. Excuse me. That was the sacrifice. SF9. RBI. Run scores. Everybody advances. Now it's Gil Hodges. Gil Hodges, we are going to walk. We're going to walk Gil Hodges because he can hit. 280 hitter. But he's a clutch guy. And it's going to be, we're going to face Ron Fairley. Should I face Ron Fairley? 240 hitter. Yeah, we're going to face Ron Fairley. So we're going to intentionally walk Hodges, and we're going to face Ron Fairley here. All right, so let's roll for the wild pitch. Nothing there. Okay, we did that already. And let me see if I can go back to the other screen, which sometimes it does not let me. Doesn't. All right, so we're not going to be able to track. It's the bottom of the 11th. It's not letting me get. It started freezing up on me, but at least it's still recording. All right, so we're going to do everything on paper. I got to have this computer checked because it freezes up occasionally. I may have to add more memory or something. I don't know. I've looked at it, but I don't notice that it's lacking memory. It's just I think something got in there, and they're trying to sell me some virus protection. The same company that sells you the virus protection creates the virus. So then you have a reason to buy their virus protection. It's like the local community glass company who pays guys to go out in the middle of the night and break windows, right? So they can, so you know they're in the neighborhood, so everybody's going to be going to them to buy replacement panes of glass. So it's the same concept. Anything for money, right? No morality, no ethics, nothing. Just how can I make a buck? How can I make a buck to become rich? All right, Ron Fairley. Let's do it. This could be the end, by the way. And it probably will be. Don McMahon is on the mound, so he's 0-5 on the season, by the way. That's a 3 and a 5, which is not good for Don McMahon because that's off Ron Fairley's. But he's hitting against a ground ball first base. Nice play by Frank Torre, who's an outstanding first baseman. And that will end the inning. So it's a G3. And I still can't get out of this. I still even can't close out of this. I can, wow, nothing will respond. But it's still recording. It's still recording. All right. So let's go to... Hold on, he moves up. I'm in the bottom of the 11th. I didn't write in what Casey Wise did. I think he lined out, right? Because now, oh boy, Casey Wise was the last batter. Because I was down there, and then there was Fowler. There was 1 out, 2 outs, then there was a single. He got picked up an RBI, was Bruton, and then Casey Wise made an out. I'll just make it an out. And Mantilla is going to lead off. I have to make some changes. I need a new, Rice is my new catcher. That I took care of. Bruton hit for the pitcher. So I brought in McMahon. So I took care of that. Mantia's been in there at third base. So let's go Pafko. Pafko, and I'm just trying to find a place for Mel Roach. Mel Roach goes there. All right. I don't know. Somehow I got to the other batch. All right. So it's going to be Felix Mantilla starting off. Depressing. But I still can't get this thing to respond. It will not respond. And I cannot get... Oh, wait. Let me see if I can get my docs. Lock doc, full, revert docs. But it's still recording. Camera's still working. 38. Oh wait, did it stop recording? Oh no, 40, 41. Okay. All right, let's do this. Mantilla. Art Fowler is, they pinch hit for him, right? So I need, yeah, we will. So I need a new, oh, I have to do a lot of changes at the bottom. Hold on a second. Let me put this on hold. Okay, I figured it all out. And it is Clipstein. He's a terrible, terrible reliever, but that's what I got. That's what I got. Mantilla's up. Let's roll for Mantilla. Where's my white die? I can't find that. Did that disappear? Did I go to the moon? My white die was just here. Okay, let's do yellow die. Oh, not... Okay, red die is what I'm looking for. Hold on a second. That didn't count. It's like, where are my glasses? Oh, I have them on. It's a 4. So it's a Clipstein against a righty. A 4 and a 3 is a ground ball. First baseman X. My first baseman is outstanding. Hodges. Oh, that's going to be in the... That's going to be in the area, in the error range. So let's roll 2D. Hodges is what? Is an what does that say? Is that E13? Looks like a 9. An E13. A 9 is an error. So let's double check that Hodges is a 13. 13. So a 9 and a 13 is an error. Yes, it is. All right. So it's so he's on base, E3. Okay, so Mantilla's on. Now he's got good speed and he runs well. So let's try to steal a base. That's a 9. And he does not get the jump. It's an 11. Clipstein, I have no idea what he is. We'll give him whatever it says here. It's a 6. So he is a +6. I don't even know what is he. He's a righty, so +6 I think is unfair because we it could be -6, right? Why isn't it -6? I don't know. So let's do a 1, 2, 3 is a -6. That's a 5. Okay, so he's a +6. So he's going to try to steal. He's going to try to steal. He's at 11 + 17, 20. He's out. Caught stealing. 2, 4. All right. What can I say? That's how the cookie crumbles. All right. And I need a catcher. It's going to be Roseboro. Roseboro's in there, catcher. And so Mantilla reaches on an error, E3, and then he caught stealing with a 20. Caught stealing 2-4. Aaron is up. And here goes. Hey, if you're watching this game, make sure you comment because this is a terrific game. All right, 5-9. So he was a right at 5-9 is a ground ball, second base, easy play for Neal, 2 away. That was the big hitter, by the way. Most dangerous hitter. Here's Rice is up, and I have a card for Rice because he is one of those. So it's 4-3. Rice. Let me find him. Give me a second again. Okay, Rice His name is Del Rice. He's a righty. I've got a pitcher batting card for him. It's a 1 and a 9, and he grounds out to the second baseman to end the inning. Easy inning for the terrible Klippenstein or Klipstein. And now it's McMahon against Howard. I was up here, by the way. Here's Howard. Pitch. It's a 5. He's a righty, so it's a 5 and a 3 is a ground ball to the first baseman, who's a 1. He makes the play, 1 away. That is Frank Torrey at first base. I think he's the brother of Joe Torre, right? And next up is Zimmer. I put Bruton in the wrong place before. So Zimmer's there. So it's a 5 and a 6. So it's a 5 off the pitcher, and a 6 is a strikeout. 2 down. And next up is it's the other catcher, Roseboro. He's a lefty. Keeping track of a lot of stuff here. My brain is collapsing. And that's a 6. Again, a 6. He's a lefty, though, this time. So a 6 and a 5 is going to be a 1, a triple. Otherwise, it's a double. And it's a 13, so it's a double in the gap. Rolls to the wall. Digging for second is the catcher, Roseboro. So he picks up a double. And now McMahon is tired. So I'm going to give him the bullet. And it's the pitcher. And I don't even know if I can pinch hit for him. Hold on, plus pitchers. Do I have any pitchers that are available to pitch? Hold on a second. Unplug. I got 2 pinch hitters closed, but do I have pitchers? That's the one thing I don't know. My bullpen. Yeah, I got a guy named Jiggy, but oh, no, that's the wrong bullpen. That's not the bullpen I want to see. Okay, so this is the first game of doubleheader, by the way, but I'm not playing 2 games. So Klipstein, we're getting rid of this guy, and we're going to call on Duke Snyder to hit. So let me get his card. We got a runner on base, so let's do the roll. 16, that's too high. Duke Snyder, lefty, will hit. Here's a pitch. Oh, here's a pitch. And that's a 1 and a 5. A 1 and a 5 is going to be a base hit single to center field. Roseboro. What is Roseboro? Roseboro running is a 14. My center fielder is Pafko. What is Pafko? Where did Pafko? Oh, there he is. He is a +2. So that's what did I say? 14, 16. Let's see what row. Safe. Game over. All right, so pinch hit by Duke Snyder, and I got to check all that. It's a 1-5. He's a righty. 1-5. Oh, actually, oh wow. Okay, so I looked at the wrong side because I treat him as a lefty, right? That's why I double check. So it's a 1-5, and a 1-5. Is here against a righty, and that's a home run, 1-13, fly ball, 4-20. That's a 9. That's a 2-run homer, and the ball game is over. So 0-6 for my boy Don McMahon. Duke Snider, 2-run home run, walk-off home run. Holy smokes. All right. What can I tell you? Let's do a recap. Let's do a quick recap. Wow. All right. Final score 4-2. Dodgers. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Braves. Don McMahon will get the loss. He's 0-6. The winner is Johnny Klipstein with a 6 ERA in reality. Let's look at the box score. And let's look at what stands out here. We had a big home run by Logan, his 3rd of the year. We had a home run by Duke Snider, his 6th of the year, to win it. Spahn went 10 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 4 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. He was lights out. Don McMahon, 1.2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 6.40 ERA. Sandy Koufax got his ERA to 3.03 when in reality he had a 4 ERA. He went 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Labine, 1 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Fowler, 1.1, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And Klipstein, Klipstein went 1 inning. He's 3-4 now, by the way. He went 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, no walks, no strikeouts. And that's the ball game. Don't know what else to tell you. Let me see. Did anybody know? Oh, 3 hits for Pafko. Got his batting average to 207. What kind of a hitter is Pafko? Just I'm curious to know if he's getting closer to his actual batting average. It was an exciting game. What can I say? But I'm at the losing end, so I'm not too excited. Pafko was a 218 hitter, so he's almost right on the button. So that was 3 hits for Pafko, 2 hits for Logan, 280. What is Logan hit? Logan is the key to me being competitive again. I mean, he's an outstanding shortstop. Not a 1, but a 2 is good enough for me. Trust me, I'm happy with him at a 2. My other guys were 4s, and 1 was an automatic error with a 48. That was Mantilla. He's terrible. Johnny Logan is a 290 hitter. He's batting 280, so that's pretty darn close as well. That's within 10%, so that's pretty good. Pafko had 3 hits. Logan had 2 hits. 1 for Bruton, who's at 280 as well. On the Dodgers side, they really struggled. They only had 8 hits total, and it was all kind of divided up. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment on this crazy game. If you hung around to watch this game, you are pretty demented. Take care.